We bring you a deeply troubling and emotional story from Wigan, one that has sparked an official investigation and raised serious questions about what happens behind closed doors in our police custody suites. A young man, just 26 years old, has died after being arrested and taken into police custody at a hotel in Greater Manchester. His name was Ellis Rocks, and now his grieving family, and indeed the public, are demanding answers. Let's break it down, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. We have released our new I'm Not Far Right t-shirts. There are two different variants which come in black and blue. You can find them at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. Let's get into today's video. It all began on the evening of Thursday, July 31st. Officers from Greater Manchester Police were called to the Britannia Hotel on Almond Brook Road in Standish, Wigan. Reports had come in of a man allegedly attempting to deal drugs. That man was Ellis Rocks. He was arrested on suspicion of a drug offence, and additionally, police say he was wanted for an assault in London. Following his arrest, Mr. Rocks was taken to the local custody suite in Wigan. GMP confirmed that he arrived at the facility at around 9:15 p.m. At approximately 2:30 a.m., just over 5 hours later, staff found Ellis Rocks unresponsive in his cell. He was immediately taken to hospital where doctors tried to save him, but tragically he never regained consciousness. He passed away on Sunday morning. At this stage, we do not yet know the cause of death. But because Mr. Rocks became seriously unwell while in police custody, the law is clear. An independent investigation must follow. Greater Manchester Police voluntarily referred themselves to the Independent Office for Police Conduct, or IOPC, in the early hours of Friday morning. The watchdog has since confirmed that a full independent investigation is now underway. The IOPC declared a formal investigation just after 10 a.m. on Sunday. Since then, they've reviewed CCTV footage from the custody suite, as well as body-worn camera footage from the arresting officers. They are now collecting statements and evidence from all officers involved. A spokesperson for the IOPC said, "This was a tragic incident in which Mr. Rocks has sadly died, and our thoughts are with his family and loved ones. We will examine all relevant matters, including the interaction officers had with Mr. Rocks during his detention and what happened after he arrived at the custody suite." They've also confirmed that Mr. Rocks' family has been contacted and kept informed about the process. The investigation is still in its early stages. Ellis Rocks has now been pictured publicly for the first time, and his mother, Paula Wilkie, has taken to Facebook to share a devastating message about the loss of her son. She wrote, "Nothing can fix this pain we feel as a family. We are broken as a family. May my little boy rest in peace." Her words are raw, real, and heartbreaking. Whatever the circumstances of his arrest, whatever the allegations, one truth remains: a 26-year-old man has died far too young. And his family deserves clarity, compassion, and above all, the truth. Greater Manchester Police's Assistant Chief Constable Chris Sykes also made a public statement following the incident. He said, "Our thoughts are with the family of Ellis, who have endured the most heartbreaking last few days. What is most important is that they get all the answers to what has led to his death. We will fully cooperate with the IOPC's inquiries." He added that deaths in police custody, while rare, are deeply impactful and deserve thorough scrutiny. "I urge people not to rush to judgment before the full facts are established." The Force's Professional Standards Directorate is said to be working closely with the IOPC to ensure full transparency. At this point, many details remain unknown, including the medical cause of death. But what's certain is this: the public has a right to ask questions, and the family has a right to answers. As the investigation unfolds, we will continue to follow this story closely and provide updates as they come in. For now, our thoughts are with the family of Ellis Rocks. A young man is gone, and the search for truth begins. In other news, Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch has addressed concerns about Britain's cultural identity, responding to a viewer who warned of migrant cities and the erosion of British traditions. Whilst acknowledging potential risks, Badenoch rejected the notion that Britain had reached such an extreme point. "I think that's an extreme situation. We are not there yet, but we do have to be careful," she stated during the interview. The opposition leader warned that without proper vigilance, the country could face the scenario described by the viewer. She emphasized the Conservative Party's commitment to preserving British values and ensuring the nation remains such an amazing country. Badenoch stressed the importance of maintaining policies that protect what makes Britain successful, whilst offering hope and opportunity to those who genuinely wish to contribute to British society. Drawing from her own immigrant heritage, Badenoch made clear distinctions between different types of arrivals to Britain. I come from an immigrant background, and I don't think we should lump every single person into the same group, she explained. She contrasted those who had successfully integrated with individuals arriving illegally via small boats. According to Badenoch, many of the latter were economic migrants rather than genuine asylum seekers. Her comments come as Britain faces unprecedented migration pressures, with Channel crossings surpassing 25,000 this year at the earliest point since records began in 2018. Badenoch acknowledged Conservative shortcomings on border control, particularly regarding immigration levels. There were some things we got wrong. I will always say immigration was far too high, she admitted. She suggested Britain's compassionate approach had been abused, stating, "We have allowed our kindness to be exploited." The Conservative leader outlined stringent measures her party would implement, particularly targeting lawbreakers. "We need to get tough and crack down on people breaking our laws and don't want to be part of our country," she declared. Badenoch unveiled an uncompromising stance on criminal deportations. "That's why we have a policy that if you are a foreign criminal, you will get deported. No ifs, no buts," she confirmed. Her remarks coincide with mounting public frustration over migration management as government figures reveal 48,678 arrivals during Sir Keir Starmer's premiership. The migration crisis has reached unprecedented levels, with 898 people arriving on Wednesday alone, pushing 2025's total beyond 25,436. This represents the fastest accumulation of Channel arrivals in any recorded year. Population data reveals England and Wales expanded by 706,381 residents in the 12 months to June 2024, with international migration accounting for 98% of this increase. The previous year witnessed an even larger surge of 821,000 people. Current projections suggest annual boat arrivals could approach 60,000 by year's end, far exceeding 2022's previous record of 45,174. The financial burden continues mounting, with 32,000 asylum seekers housed in hotels costing taxpayers $3 billion annually. These statistics emerge as French authorities face criticism for failing to prevent departures, despite President Macron's pledges of stricter enforcement. As migration figures continue to surge and public discontent intensifies, Kemi Badenoch has positioned herself and the Conservative Party as the voice of tougher immigration enforcement and cultural preservation. Her remarks reflect a broader strategy aimed at reassuring voters that British identity, values, and national integrity can still be safeguarded, but only through decisive political will and clearer immigration controls. With record-breaking Channel crossings and the cost of asylum housing straining public resources, the challenge for Badenoch lies not just in rhetoric, but in convincing the electorate that her party can deliver where others have fallen short. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.